Welcome back, I'm Ron the Cook. Today is Tasting Tuesdays, and we have something very special in store for you. It is the most expensive bottle in my collection, Louis XIII. First created by Paul Emile Remy Martin, all the way back in 1874. This Grand Champagne Prestige Cognac is crafted from the oldest eau de vie. One of the most widely grown varieties of grape in France is the Ugni Blanc, which Louis XIII specifically uses for all of their cognacs. It is the most widely grown grape in France, followed closely by Chardonnay. You don't see many of them here in the States, but in France you will regularly see Ugni Blanc wines on the shelves. It makes a very lovely dry white wine. One of the reasons it's so widely grown is because it is the #1 grape used for making cognac and armagnacs. Some of these cognacs were distilled over 100 years ago, passed down to each new generation of distillers. What's crazy about this cognac is it can take upwards of 4 generations of distillers to make what goes into this bottle. The final blend is about 1,200 individual blends ranging from 40 to 100 years old. So the bottle sits at 40% alcohol and ranges anywhere between $3,500 and $4,000. Any cognac drinker, bar owner, or anyone in the industry knows the look of this bottle. This is a handcrafted crystal decanter inspired by a royal flask that was found on the battlefield in the 1500s. And every single one of these bottles is numbered. With a special crystal top, soft and crystal clear, has this absolutely stunning light reddish brown hue to it. For the nose. It is a beautiful cognac. Has a bit of a spicy nose. You get a little touch of the alcohol burn on your nose, just a touch. You get hints of orange blossom, almost like stewed apricots, nutmeg. Also, I'm getting a lot of like red plum, just that perfectly ripe red plum first of the season. And almost some like sweet tobacco, all right, for our first taste. It's oaky, figgy. You get a little bit of that, like almost like a dried fig in there. Since it is a cognac using Ugni Blanc grapes, it has golden raisin flavor to it that you really only get in brandies and cognacs. I'm getting more of the raisin, more spices. The spices are fairly intense on the second sip, getting way more of the baking spices, the allspice, the nutmeg. I'm starting to get some of that funky grape flavor, that fermented white grape flavor. It's delicious. Now for our third and final drink. Delicious. Ooh. Now it's been sitting in the glass for a while. It's been evaporating a little bit on the sides. It finishes up with a lot of chocolatey notes, lots of vanilla, a little bit of almost like a cedar flavor to it as well. And it has an incredibly long finish. It's really sitting on my palate for a long time. And there are some hints of like honeysuckle and like orange blossom on the back end. Amazing. If your liquor is cognac, this is definitely something you should look into. This is something you sip at the birth of your child, the opening of a new business, your retirement. This isn't your everyday sipper. It's over $3,000 a bottle. It is an amazing handcrafted liquor that goes back hundreds of years. It is definitely something you should try in your life, but I don't know if you need to buy an entire bottle. Now for you collectors out there, you need to have this bottle in your collection. Until next time, I'm Ron the Cook.